So this is the piece that Randy picked up over at Tiny Tim's Trains. He was on business out of town for a couple weeks and stopped in and got a couple things for him, and even got a little gift for me as well, which I thought was real nice. I think this was a custom run, GP35, Richmond, Frederick, and Potomac. Super good looking engine. You know, MTH PS3, GP35. Doesn't need an in-depth review. I don't know that it does. You know, these guys have been gone over many a times. What a great looking engine though. I love this paint job. This one does not have dynamic brakes. We've got a little chassis behind it that does have dynamic brakes. This guy's just got the flat top. Really nice though. Just have it at the front of a really small local freight right now. But just thought we'd kind of go through, you know, the basic sequence real quick, get it started up, pull it out, get a couple shots of it going around the layout. You know, a lot of new stuff on the layout, so won't do a ton of shots with this one, but let's get her going. Let's find the extended startup sequence so you guys can hear that, and we'll go from there for you.
Is she ready to go? Compressor checks out A-OK.
Fuel is topped off.
Make sure the sand bins are topped off. All right, I'll check that out. Sand bins are topped off. Yep, she's in good shape.
Thanks.
So another addition. This is the DT&I, you know, switcher that I did. It was in a couple videos. So when I custom painted and weathered for Randy, brought that up, got it on the layout. You know, this was a production sample, and typically the boards in these guys are not completely flashed, so it's literally a crapshoot. So this one has a real basic board flash on it. So but it's still functional, operates just fine. And this is a little Atlas N20 Caboose that I bought on eBay for for $8. Shipping cost more than what I actually spent on it, but got that thing in. It looked really basic. Didn't have any glass in it, anything like that. So I decided to weather it up, went on Railroad Picture Archives, got some pictures of some N20 Cabooses, and really liked how some of them had gotten the portholes and windows patched out. So I patched out 2 windows on either side like they did on the prototypes, made some glass and weathered it up. Really like the way those this one came out. It looks real sharp. You know, Randy just got that C30-7 from the MTH warehouse sale, that I think he wants me to weather up for him at some point, but I can't remember growing up and seeing a Conrail caboose that wasn't crusty, nasty, looking like it was ready for the torch. So that one's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. Some other stuff we've been doing on the layout. I've been working on the retaining wall and some additional shrubbery and vegetation, and actually just got back from Hobbytown, where I picked up some more styrene. That little concrete cap on the top is actually styrene. So you can see right here is where I ran out. So fortunately, it's exactly one piece more in length. So the vertical pieces, these are just basically coffee stirrers, and then the wall itself is made of, you know, brown board, that masonite, homoso, what, you know, like you use for your fascia and whatnot, that I painted. So started doing some weathering on it to make it look like, you know, stained and aged concrete retaining wall. So getting that done. There's some gaps here, and we got a train. We got the local about to roll through. So, but the gaps down here will be filled in by bushes and shrubbery. I am gonna put a little bit of graffiti on that wall. Not sure what exactly I'm gonna put on there, but I'm gonna put some kind of graffiti on there to give it that look. Bought a bunch of stuff from Scenic Express, so I've been adding, you know, various weeds and shrubbery, just kind of trying to give it a really random look. Trying to bring some other colors that we haven't really been using much into the fold. I do have to get down there and put a few more bushes and shrubs along this tree line, and I do have to get way up there. I still need to get some more vegetation in up there. The reason I haven't done that yet is because it's such a pain in the neck for me to be up there. It's not very comfortable either for me to be up there. So another new item we got on the layout is this Canadian Pacific AC4400. It's an MTH 5-volt Protoson 2 unit that I bought off the internet, actually from one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, someone I consider a friend. This one had taken a nosedive, hit the floor, had a little bit of damage. Still had that brand new, straight out of the box, kind of toyish look. So I made the repairs and weathered it up. Really liked the way it turned out. And this is his first run on the layout. I think it looks great. Randy's got a AC4400 dummy Canadian Pacific that I'm going to weather for him. And got some other new stuff in the pipeline that should be hitting the layout hopefully in the not too distant future. I ordered this stuff a long time ago. It should be showing up, you know, pretty soon. But was real happy to get this one onto the layout. I think it turned out great. Pulls like a monster. Those 5-volt units are so basic and easy to work on. I just love them. Actually, let me show you here in this box. I actually bought some embossed, I think it's made by Knock. Yes, it's made by Knock. Some embossed stone wall. It's in, pardon the reflection, it's in its bag still. But this actually has nice texture to it, and what I'm actually going to use that for, going to come in and finally tackle that spot underneath here that I've been avoiding for so long with that. And if I like the way it looks, I'm going to probably need to buy another piece to finish it off. The Vetter door and sash is going to be making a trip with me back to Columbus. That will get weathered because it looks way too brand new. But I'm going to weather that and get rid of the lime green. You know, Menards kind of always has that little grassy texture. It's always like bright lime green. That's going to go away. It'll be getting... I want this to look like, you know, a factory that's been in use and, you know, a couple decades, a few decades, some age on it, dirt on it, color on the roof, stuff like that. So hopefully the next time you guys see this on the layout, it'll be looking a lot more realistic. We are in the process right now. Randy's side of the layout has kind of been cleared off. We're in the process right now of running some additional feeder lines. A lot of track over here, and on this kind of main level of the layout right now, we have 2 power districts, and so each side of the Z4000 is kind of handling these 2 power districts. The main line and this section over here is on the left channel of the Z4000, and then all of this this area over here, which is not as much as on Randy's side, all of this area over here, and then that upper spur. And pardon the mess, we've got everything, we've got to box some stuff up, but this whole upper layout portion of the layout is also on that second or right throttle. So it's not quite half and half. I'd say it's probably more like 55-45, but had noticed that we were starting to get some voltage drops over here, so it's not fun to be under the layout doing wiring. So we put a feeder in right there, and then we put a feeder with a jumper back there. So this whole section is now getting power from feeders, not just bringing it down and basically, you know, taking it parasitically off of the feeders that were well down that way. This section right here goes into, I don't want to call it an engine shed, but Randy will keep a switcher parked in there pretty much at all times. And then we've got 2 holding tracks over here that you know, it's a lot of voltage draw for not having the feeds, and that's why this track was never secured. So we got the holes drilled, and I'm gonna put a feed. I'm gonna put a feed on this guy, and then jump over to these 2, just with a jumper. Because like I said, these are gonna primarily be holding tracks, but we want a little bit stronger signal coming to them, and it'll come from that jumper. It'll be fine. But yeah, everything's coming along really nicely. I know this isn't the most beautiful of an update. Did actually get some fascia done the last time I was up, so a little bit more of a cleaner look on this side coming around. And we got this piece over here put on. I do have to fill this in now with foam and make some more rocks, and we'll get some weeds and bushes gumming up through there as well. But yeah, liking how everything's turning out. Over here, it's on this side of the layout, I think it's going to be a little less industrious, a little bit more pseudo rural, kind of like you're in a small town, little spur. I don't know, that caboose kind of looks like one of those abandoned cabooses that almost like they forgot about it, just kind of sitting off in a spur somewhere. Who knows? I like the way that thing looks. But in any case, I hope everybody's enjoyed this really quick update, and I hope everything that is new to the layout was enjoyable for you to see. I've really enjoyed putting those projects together. And finally, you know, getting up to the layout and running them and enjoying the time with my brother is always what it's all about for me. But I hope the hobby is treating you well, and I hope your September is winding down nicely. I really appreciate everybody visiting with us. Hey, I hope you have a fantastic remainder of your day. And wherever you are, appreciate you taking the time, and happy railroading, everybody. Take care.